pH 16.
Hello everybody, welcome to Masoquiztic, the game show designed to be unfair. Today on Masoquiztic, we have a couple of lovely people here, and one really terrible one. I'll let you figure out who it is. Our first contestant is SimPhoenix. Now I actually have audio. Haha! Pro streamer.
I can be heard.
Yay! We also have with us LordHoell.
Hi there.
And finally, RigilPaix, the man with the hardest pronounced name in the world. So let's go ahead and get along right into things with our first category here. And that is gaming history. So our first question is called Commodore 64. Which of the following was not a game for the Commodore 64? Is it A, Board of the Rings, B, Milk Race, C, Re-elect JFK, or D, PP Hammer and his pneumatic weapon? The shocked silence tells me this is a good question.
All right, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say C.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna say C as well on this one.
All right.
I'm gonna go with the majority. I'm gonna say C.
C. Okay. Well, interestingly enough, you are all right.
Yes.
Now, what I'd like to point out is that these are all real games. All of these are real games. Re-elect JFK was actually a real game. It was actually nominated for an award, if I'm not mistaken. And basically, you play as JFK, but like the moment where he would have been assassinated, he wasn't, and you have to try to prevent yourself from being assassinated, as well as trying to just get reelected. Like, your goal is to be JFK and to get reelected. Also, I wanted to point out that yes, PP Hammer and his pneumatic weapon is actually a real game. So,
wait, can we talk about Board of the Rings?
I believe Board of the Rings is like a Zork style text-based adventure game. I believe I'm fairly certain it's a J.R.R. Tolkien parody. By the way,
absolutely.
J.R.R. stands for J.K. Rowling Tolkien. Little known fact. Okay, so let's move on to question 2. And actually, I gotta give you points. I forgot points. That's very important. Very important.
It's a game, after all.
It is a game.
It's true.
So we've all got points. We've got the wonderful points. Hooray! We got points. All right, let's move on. Let's continue on here. So this is a question about E.T., which for a long time has been considered one of the worst, if not the worst, video game ever. There was actually an urban myth which recently was proved to be true because they actually digged him up. They digged him up. Wow, good. All right, see you later, everybody. It's been great. This has been Masoquiztic. Okay, so
bye, everybody.
So E.T. E.T. was a horribly bad game, and they actually buried hundreds of thousands of cartridges, Atari cartridges with E.T. in the desert because they couldn't sell them. But there's actually a really good reason why the game was so bad, and it wasn't really the designers or the coders' fault. How much time was given for the game to be designed, written, and tested? Was it A, 2 weeks, B, 3 weeks, C, 4 weeks, or D, 5 weeks to design, write, and test an entire video game?
For Atari, but still.
But I mean, the writing on those old games took a lot longer than modern times.
I mean, because presumably you had to hard code them too.
Well, I mean, it was just a lot more low level.
I'm gonna go with D, actually.
D. All right.
You know, at one point in time, I knew the answer to this. I think it was the Gaming Historian did a video on this years ago, but I'm gonna say B.
B. Okay.
I don't know. I'm gonna go with maximum suck. Let's go with A.
Jeez.
All right. So, while it wasn't very much time, it's the most time listed here. It was 5 weeks that they were given to design, write, and test ET for the Atari. So, we have another point for Sim Phoenix.
So you enjoy Cyberpunk 2077?
I'm excited for it to come out. I'm hoping it comes out before 2077. That wasn't a terribly funny joke. We're gonna pretend that didn't happen.
That's all right.
Just, guys,
We'll
if
edit
you-
it out in post.
Yeah, we'll take it out. We'll take it out later. We'll take it out. I'm sure the studio guy can just bleep that out, and we'll just move on. Okay. So let's talk about. If you know this channel, you know that I'm a fan of masocore gaming, and there is actually real masochistic gaming out there. In a very literal sense, there was an art project known as the Pain Station, which is now known as the artwork formerly known as the Pain Station after copyright threats from Sony, which is a playable variation on Pong that causes physical pain to players when their opponent scores a goal. You only lose the game. The score doesn't really matter, but you only lose the game when you remove your hand from the button on the console on your side, which, by the way, is where it causes your hand pain, like physical pain. So, which of these is not a method by which the Pain Station causes players pain? Is it A, whipping, B, abrasion, C, heat, or D, electrocution?
I'm gonna go with A.
A, okay.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, I'm also gonna go with A on this one.
Well, I have bad news for you because the game does actually whip you. It's got a little rubber hose. Well, I was thinking impact. It's more of an impact, Amadeus. I did actually think about that, but no, the game does actually whip you with a little rubber hose. It also has a vent underneath your hand where it blasts hot air, and these get worse the more the game goes on. It can actually get so bad that it causes you permanent damage. So yeah, it's
Nope.
it's pretty intense. So yeah. All right, so now it's time to meet one of our
You didn't
contestants.
tell us the right answer.
Oh, the correct answer is abrasion. Abrasion. So let's meet Sim Phoenix.
Me?
Yes, you. So this is your time to plug yourself or your stream or your favorite charity or whatever you like.
So I stream over at twitch.tv/SimPhoenix. Probably figured that out by now. Wow, I wasn't expecting to do this, and my brain is just completely blanked now. I stream mostly story-driven games, a lot of visual novels and stuff like that. I do a lot of stuff with my friend Ruby Cosmos. We tend to voice act stuff and talk, writing shop. We'll talk about Japanese culture a lot, just because it's something that both of us have a lot of interest in. Currently, we are playing Persona 5 on Thursdays, Ace Attorney on Sundays. We're going through the entire Ace Attorney series. And Mondays, we are playing a game called Arcade Spirits, which, funnily enough, speaking about E.T. on one of the last questions, Arcade Spirits is a visual novel set in an alternate present where the video game crash of 1983, which happened because of E.T., among other things, never happened. So video games became a mainstream element of culture rather than being on the back burner.
Interesting. So,
And so, go ahead.
oh no, go ahead. I was
just...
Oh no, please, I insist. It's a Canadian standoff, folks.
Oh no.
All right, so Oh, God damn it. Okay, listen. So, real quick. Sorry. So, we have a mechanic called curses. You might see that there is a poll here to see what curse Sim Phoenix should be afflicted with. I'm not going to tell you what the curses do. You're just going to have to pick one and find out. Sorry, Sim Phoenix, go ahead.
Am I gonna have to pick one, or are you wanting me to go on?
Oh no, chat picks one.
Oh, okay. But yeah, Arcade Spirits has been really fun. Basically, you go in and arcades are basically everywhere, and I'm talking like they are a dime a dozen, and they're like the big cash grab. Esports are like the biggest thing in the world.
Interesting.
It's really interesting to play so far, and one of the writers of the game actually came into my chat when I was streaming it on Monday.
That's exciting.
And was giving us some insight that it's basically written to be like an 80s workplace sitcom. And they're working on a sequel that's supposed to be an 80s underdog sports film parody.
Nice. All right, so it looks like chat has decided you are getting the Curse of Fingers. And if you've played Trivia Murder Party, you might know what that means. It means you get to pick one of the letters, A, B, C, or D, and then you can't answer that particular answer for any of the next 3 questions.
Shit. Okay. I'm gonna go with B.
B. Okay. So, looks like Sim Phoenix can no longer answer B. So let's move ahead, and we'll put the curse marker there so we don't forget. Let's move on to our next category, philosophers.
Diogenes. Diogenes is always the answer.
So, our first question is called Cancelosophy. Because philosophers are like celebrities. Some of them are kind of shitty. Which of these angry outrage Twitter hashtags isn't based in reality? Is it A, hashtag Heidegger Nazi, B, hashtag cheating Camus, C, hashtag sexist Sartre, or D, hashtag public defecation Diogenes?
I win. I'm actually gonna go C.
All right.
I want to think in this day and age that D would be real. So I can't pick that one. Wow.
I'm gonna go with D.
Okay, so we have 2 vote. So Sim.
I'm gonna go B.
B. Okay, so Sim, you said D.
Mm-hmm.
Hoyle B. And Rigel
C. Charlie.
C. Okay, well, as it turns out, Heidegger was an actual Nazi. Camus did have a lot of extramarital affairs, and Diogenes did actually defecate publicly, like right in the middle of the marketplace. He also lived in a large earthenware pot. Interesting guy. But Sartre was actually very much a feminist. He actually, his longtime lover was Simone de Beauvoir, who was one of the most prominent, one of the more prominent feminist writers. So, anywho, so we have another point for Rigel here. Let's chalk that up. And then we'll move on to our next question, which is Nietzsche no-nos. Nietzsche was famously against Christianity. He was also against, what? Was it A, alcohol, B, mustaches, C, I got Rigel. I got him. C, sex, or D, patriarchy?
I would like to press D to smash the patriarchy, please.
All right.
I'm also gonna go D on this one.
Okay.
I'm gonna go A.
You're gonna go A. All right. Well, Sim Phoenix, I'm glad that you didn't choose to not pick A, because A is the correct answer.
Yeah.
Nietzsche had this concept of the Übermensch, or overman, and it was all about pursuing a better version of yourself doggedly. And alcohol, he believed, like Christianity, numbed you from the reality of your situation that you had to overcome. He actually argued against the enfranchisement of women, so it definitely was not D. And he had a bangin' mustache, so it was definitely not B. So let's give Sim Phoenix the points that he is owed.
Heck yeah.
And clearly, because he had a banging mustache, he was really good at sex, so couldn't be safe.
I mean,
Yeah, so,
Knock, knock.
The,
Who's there?
Yeah, I have. Tables makes a great point. Yeah, numbing from reality is why you drink. And 2020 is a great time for it. By the way, thank you, Gales, for gifting a sub to King of Calcium. That's awesome, man. I appreciate it. Let me give a shout out to you, Gales. Gales is also a streamer. Going back to work? All right, well, thanks for stopping in, dude. All right, so let's give you a shout out here. We've got our scores adjusted, so let's move on to our next question, which is called Post-Nut Clarity.
God.
Directly after copulation, the devil's laughter is heard. Which of these philosophers does this quote about having regrets immediately after O come from? Is it A, Hegel, B, Schopenhauer, C, Hume, or D, Beauvoir?
I'm gonna go B because I like the name. I have no idea.
All right.
Honestly, that would have been why I would have gone with it, but I can't.
Yeah.
I really
Only
hope
if you
it's
do.
D, just
Only if you do Hegel exercises, says IRM stream. You're on notice,
You know,
pal. You're on
I'm gonna,
notice.
I'm gonna go with Brian's answer, and I'm gonna go A.
Okay. So we have A from Sim Phoenix. We have B from RigilPaix for the funny name, and Rigel. Have you picked?
C.
Hume. Okay. So it was actually Schopenhauer. So Hoyle, your questionable logic still did you good. You get a point. It was Schopenhauer. So. So Schopenhauer was something like a Buddhist. He kind of believed that all like earthly desires and stuff were actually bad, and that we should avoid them because they're just going to bring us pain in the end. Thus,
Knock,
the
knock.
post-nut clarity.
Who's
Ooh,
there?
Another gift sub from Mad World Gales. Thank you very much.
Who?
One small
No.
bit.
None of that. No.
They hired 5 new people to help me out, but first let me take a selfie. No, I need to train them. Haha. Fair enough. Okay, let's. My brain fell out of my head, as it is wont to do. Let me.
Oh, so that's genetic?
Aha. Got him. Okay, so that does
Oh
it
my God,
for.
burn. Rare.
That does it for our philosophers category, which means the curse of fingers has been lifted from
Hooray,
Sim
I have
Phoenix.
fingers again.
Hooray! So now it's time to meet RigilPaix. So Rigel, it's your time to plug yourself or anything else you might want to.
Oh gosh.
plug himself.
Oh boy.
Sorry, my bad.
Easy joke.
Demonetization. Okay. I'm RigilPaix. I'm a Pisces. I enjoy drinks from Greg from How to Drink. This, by the way, is an Ecto Cooler. It is marvelous. I'm supporting Heifer International in this game and their mission to feed subsistence farmers in low-income nations. I will be donating all of my winnings to that charity.
Oof. Wait till somebody tells them there's no winnings.
What?
Ooh.
All right.
Bye.
I stream extremely infrequently, and when I do, it's old SNES JRPGs like Lufia Robotrek, Terranigma, Breath of Fire, stuff like that.
All right. Excellent.
Don't screw me, chap. Don't screw me.
All right, so we currently have a tie between the Curse of Twitch and the Curse of Spite. Ooh, and now we have a three-way tie. Twitch is winning.
You also will recognize Birdie Fire in the chat, which
Yes.
is my wife.
Right on.
Wife, don't screw me. Wait, what I mean, hold on.
I think you were between a rock and a hard place there, Rigel.
The hard place, it's... Wait a minute.
The pee-pee hammer?
Callbacks. Yes.
Hey!
Curb Your Enthusiasm plays on the wind. Absolutely.
Bum, bum, bum.
Bum, bum, da-da-da-da-da-da.
Da-da.
So we still have Curse of Twitch in the lead with 3 votes, but everything else has 2 votes. So it's not clear which curse is going to be applied, although Twitch is pulling ahead. So it looks like it's going to be Curse of Twitch. And if you want to vote, you got maybe like 10 seconds left to do so. It's very solidly looking like it's going to be the Curse of Twitch. So what this means for you, it's
Calm down, please. Wait, please.
Have we heard Freya yet on
combo
Masoquiztic?
breaker.
It
No.
sounds like she's volunteering.
I feel like Freya should play on Masoquiztic. All right, so welcome in, Raiders. Genius, thank you for the raid. Let's give you a shout out. We are playing a game show called Masoquiztic, which is a game show designed to be unfair. It's kind of like a guessing game where when you didn't study for a test but it was multiple choice, you just have to figure out the most sensible answer. There's also the concept of curses, and you've come in at a great time because Rigel here has just received the Curse of Twitch, which means you get to choose his answers for him. So he doesn't get to choose his own answers, you do. So congratulations, you are now playing if you'd like to. We're going to set up polls for Rigel's answers. You have the power. The power. So welcome in, everybody. I am Dr. Sensual Potato, PhD. I am your host, and just to reintroduce our contestants real quick, we have from top to bottom on the right here, Sim Phoenix, LordHoell, and RigilPaix. Rigel being the one you're about to screw over. So, let's mark him with the Curse of Twitch marker and continue on to our next question. And before I do that, let's not forget to shout out Genius Gaming TV. Genius is an awesome dude, and if you're not following him, you should check out his streams because he is a pretty rad dude. Okay, so let's move on with the game and go to our next question category, which is hippies. So question number 1 is about Woodstock. Which of these performers at Woodstock was interrupted by Abby Hoffman, leader of the Yippies and author of Steal This Book? Is it Crosby, Stills, Nash, and Young, Joni Mitchell, Arlo Guthrie, or The Who? And I will set up the poll for people to pick your answer, Rigel. So if you're in chat, go ahead and vote in the poll to figure it to determine for Rigel what his answer is going to be. And the other contestants, you just do what you do. You do your normal thing.
Just do your thing.
Do your thing.
I'm gonna go with B because I now have the freedom to choose B again.
The power!
instantly
The power! Okay. We have a
Go
vote for
C
B.
because I like the name.
Okay,
Arlo
sure.
Guthrie did famously sing a song about how racist Trump was. That
Oh,
counts.
fair
I
enough.
enjoy him then.
Was Arlo Guthrie the one who did what was the Thanksgiving song? Alice's Restaurant. Was that Arlo
Yes, he
Guthrie?
did.
That was it.
He
Okay.
also did This Land Is Your Land. He
Yes.
wrote that.
No, this land is my land.
He thought that the American anthem was so nationalistic, decided he'd write something better.
Yeah. I love that, like, in the middle of that song, he's like, I see a no trespassing sign, and I'm like, F you crap. Forget it. Nerdy Harry Bartending, thank you for follow.
And I'm jumping down, up and down. Arden is jumping up and down, and he said, that's our boy.
All right, well, it looks like none of you got it correct, because the answer is actually The Who. Yes.
What?
Who?
Yes.
Who?
Yes. Who's
Yes,
on
wasn't
first?
at that concert.
The Who is on first. See, Amadis got it right. Amadis, I think, might be on a future version of this, on a future episode of this show, by the way. This next question, Hippies number 2, is called I Barely Know Her. The critically acclaimed film, Easy Rider, I Barely Know Her, which follows the story of two hippie bikers traveling across America, is credited as one of the films that ushered in a new era of filmmaking, called New Hollywood, by the way, that departed from the sort of classical the whomsteadative. It departed from the what's known as old Hollywood of the classic swashbuckler stories for every single movie, same thing over and over again. Jack Nicholson starred in Easy Rider, and what was his occupation? Was it A, lawyer, B, unemployed, C, police officer, or D, salesperson?
No, I have bad luck with picking C, so I'm going to continue to pick C, police officer.
All right. Bold move. Bold strategy. Let's see how it works out for him.
You know what? The only thing that makes much logical sense to me is B.
B. Okay.
I mean, when you're talking
It is a
about
hippie
pair of
movie.
hippies.
For your information, it has the first time that teams heavy metal in the movie to music. I do not understand what you've just said. Looks like A is the popular answer here so far. Am I being detained?
Oh, chat, you're so funny.
It looks like D is taking up some speed. It's down to the wire here. But it looks like A has been chosen, and Rigel, you should be grateful that chat's picking this one for you, because as it turns out, Jack Nicholson plays a lawyer for the ACLU that the two
damn.
hippies meet in jail and then introduce him to weed. So, you know.
All right.
So, the curse worked out for you
Yeah.
there. That's pretty nice. I always like it when a curse works out for me. It's pretty good stuff. So, Rigel is now up to 3 points.
Horrible night to have a curse.
We're tied between Sim Phoenix and Rigel with 3 points. And just behind them is LordHoell with 2 points. So let's move on then to our third and final question of the hippies category, which is Kool-Aid. The book, The Electric Kool-Aid Acid Test, is considered an accurate and essential book on the birth of hippie culture, which follows Ken Casey and his merry group of pranksters, or his followers, the merry pranksters, as they basically drop acid and drive around in a bus. Which of the following books did Ken Casey go on to write? Is it A, The Purple Decades, B, Bobby Shazam, C, The Sacred Mushroom and the Cross, or D, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest?
See, now, if this would really tie in, is if One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest was it, because then that's Jack Nicholson's first starring role.
I thought that was Chinatown.
Chinatown's the second.
Today I learned.
I've yet to see The Two Jakes, which is actually the sequel that was written that was supposed to be as good, but Chinatown's a work of art, so...
Wait, Two Jakes?
Yeah, they made a sequel, The Two Jakes.
Huh. Today I learned as well. All right, so chat, you have about 40 seconds left to vote here.
I'm gonna go D.
You're gonna go D. Okay, so it looks like it's gonna be straight across the board for D. The chat poll has pretty much solidly gone for D. So it looks like we're all in here.
Chat is also giving me the D.
Ha. Got him. Also, Water Redemption. Thank you for keeping me hydrated.
I just took my last sip. I'm out of beverage.
All right. Well, you know what? It looks like it paid off for everybody because Ken Casey did go on to write One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, and we have that beautiful link up between the last two questions that Rigel wanted. So look at you. Look at you. You're all still in the same position you were before because your scores haven't changed relative to one another, but you all do get one more point. And on that note, we also lift the curse of Twitch from Rigel. If my button would work. Hey, it worked. Great. Excellent. Prostrim. So let's go ahead and meet LordHoell. So, LordHoell, this is your time to, you know the shtick.
Yeah, I know the shtick. I have virtually no online presence. I'm a big fan of Legend of Zelda series. Funny story, Regional and I both have the almost identical tattoo of the sword and Master Sword and the Hylian Shield. But I have streamed a couple of times. I actually do have a gaming PC in my basement that is set up for it. And I will stream Link to the Past randomizers, as I found those entertaining.
Right on.
At one point in time, I was 13th in the world in Doom 2 multiplayer on the Z-Damon clients.
Nice.
Back in, I think, 03. Dr. Central Potato here was always better than me, but, I did pretty well. But, yeah, I'm married. I've got 2 kids and a dog who was in here earlier but seems to have left. But that's all about me. Well,
nice to meet you, although I've known you since childhood. That the chat, I don't think, has. So,
it'd be creepy if they have.
Yeah, they've been watching you. It's actually this is kind of awkward, but you've seen the Truman Show, right?
I have, yes.
Yeah. Well, I got bad news for you. That's you, buddy. That's you, buddy.
That's fine. Looks like chat wants me to do a dad joke. I apologize. Oh, geez, or they riot.
Oh, that's no good. You never want chat rioting. That's a terrible situation.
Well, I don't do too many dad jokes on the spot, but when my daughter says to me, "Daddy, I'm hungry," I say, "Hungry, hi, hungry, I'm dad." So I do say that a lot. It's really the only dad joke I really do.
All right, well, I've got one. What do you call a spoken word vocal artist who has learned to open doors? A velociraptor.
I love you.
Bum.
All right. So let's go ahead and get to the next question here on Masoquiztic and next category. And also, we have to afflict our final contestant with the curse of the gambler. And what this means is that if you get a question right, you get 2 points. And if you get a question wrong, you lose a point. So, answer carefully because it's a little bit closer. This could skyrocket you into the lead, or it could put you out permanently.
I have a question before this happens.
No, you can't take off your shirt.
Well, I'm wearing my Diet Coke shirt. I would never want to take that off.
Okay, fair enough.
What is the lowest anyone's ever scored on this show? Because I have a feeling it's about to happen.
I think the lowest score that we've had is like 1 or 2 points. Everybody's scored something.
I hope to go negative.
That would be amazing.
It's a dream I think you can achieve, Pat.
I believe in you. I believe in you. What's going on?
I gotta start.
We have a resub from Aurora on Dante. Fucking piano, fucking flute. Fuck off. Oh, I said fuck off right at the beginning of the recording. That's not the message I want to send. Fly me fuck. Fly my fuck. Aurora, thank you for the resub. I appreciate it. Your support brings you more stupid dad jokes, I guess. So I hope that was worth it. Anyway, honestly, Aurora Andante is awesome. Aurora streams as well. You should check her out. She is fantastic. So let's.
Robert Tables just gifted 5 subs.
We've been sub bombed, and I haven't actually replaced the default alert for that. So that's
looks like Sim Phoenix is camo and black. Just
yeah, I noticed that. Yikes! All right, let's see if we can bring him back real quick. Let's see if we can bring him back.
We know that his internet was spotty, so.
Hoyle, you might not lose after all. Okay, well, it looks. So that's awkward, but we'll press on nonetheless. So, unforeseen circumstances have narrowed down the contestants to 2. So, have I played Dream Daddy on the stream? I have not. I have not played that. I could be convinced. Chat should get to answer for Sim. I think so. I think that makes sense. We are afflicting him with the curse of Twitch because he's dropped out. And when he comes back, we'll lift it. But for now, congratulations, chat. You get to compete again. So let's go ahead and look at our next category of questions. This category is metal. Metal number 1 is called It Was Me, Dio. Ronnie James Dio, also known as just Dio, who popularized the devil horn hand sign, sang for Black Sabbath after Ozzy's departure. What complaint did the recording engineer have about Dio's behavior while recording the album Mob Rules, the Black Sabbath album, that eventually led to Dio quitting the band? Is it A, he would swing the microphones around, often resulting in damage? B, he frequently exposed himself during recording? C, he snuck in at night to increase the vocal volume in the mix? Or D, he shaved off people's eyebrows while they slept?
I would like to go with all of the above. Actually, I'm gonna go with B because penis. It's you know.
You can't go wrong. You can't go wrong with that.
I want to go with it, but I'm gonna lose a point if it's wrong.
Yes.
But I have to go to it because penis.
Okay. All right. We've got 2 votes for B.
Though I love the idea that he'd be like smart enough to like break in to the studio at night and do his own mixing, so that he could self-aggrandize just that much more. Right.
So it looks like contestants are liking answer D so far. We've got a fairly even spread. So chat is almost done voting here. We've got maybe 5 seconds left. It looks like D is the popular answer. Okay. So I'll show you a fairly even, okay. Well, do it. Fine. All right. Well, as it turns out, he did actually sneak in at night and increase the volume of his vocals.
That's amazing.
In the mix. So nobody got it right. And Hoyle, because of the curse of the gambler, you lose a point.
This is the best curse I've ever had in my life.
All right. Next question is called D's Nider. Dee Snider, lead singer and songwriter for Twisted Sister, also wrote and starred in a horror movie called Strangeland, about an online predator who tortures his victims through body modifications such as piercings and tattoos. The movie was incredibly badly received. Last I checked, it was a 6% score on Rotten Tomatoes. What was the screen name of that killer? Was it A, Daring Doll, B, Captain Howdy, C, Friend Magician, or D, LordHoell?
Oh my god.
Well, gee.
I'm.
If my online handle was a movie and I didn't know about it, I'd be actually really upset.
Yeah, fair enough.
All right, I'm gonna have to go with Captain Howdy.
Captain Howdy, all right.
I am gonna go. I'm gonna go Friend Magician.
Friend Magician, okay. And chat, you still have the ability to answer. It seems like LordHoell is the popular answer here. So, it's confirmed. He's a predator. Yep, that's what that means. That's what that means. It's official. Got maybe about 10 seconds left to vote. So if you want to swing the vote away from LordHoell as the answer, now's your chance. But it doesn't look like it's going to happen because we have 9 votes for LordHoell and like 2 votes for the next one.
Rigel's like, I want to win this, and I will win because I'm going to go negative.
Look, the game is designed so that it's unfair as shit. So if you disconnect and you happen to be the wrong answer for a question, it's not my fault. Right?
Yeah. It's meant to be unfair. That is the point of it. Okay, so chat has chosen for SimPhoenix has chosen answer D. LordHoell has chosen Friend Magician, and we also have a vote from Rigel for Captain Howdy, and as it turns out, that is the correct answer. It's LordHoell. I'm just kidding. It's Captain Howdy. The correct answer is Captain Howdy.
Nice psych out.
So, Rigel, congratulations. You get another point. And congratulations, LordHoell. You lose another point. So you are now down to 1 point. Although you could get back to 3 with a correct answer on the next one, which is called Get Wrecked, Dave Brubeck.
I'm so glad I answered the phone 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. Okay. In the song Bleed by Meshuggah, drummer Thomas Haka maintains a polyrhythm, drumming in both 4/4 time and in what other time signature? Is it A, 3/4 time, B, 23/17 time, C, 8/13 time, or D, 13/5 time? And SimPhoenix is back.
Holy shit, okay.
SimPhoenix, we've had chat answering for you.
Oh lord.
That is the correct reaction, yes.
Okay, so what's the damage?
You actually chose LordHoell as the answer for last question, and it was incorrect. So.
Yeah. So last round, we asked what a fictional online predator was called, and one of the answers was LordHoell. Chat chose that for you. You're welcome.
You know what? I'm looking at the score. Could be a lot worse. Thanks, chat.
Could be a lot worse. You could have the curse of the gambler.
Oh yeah, I'm looking at LordHoell over there. Oof.
Yeah.
To answer the question, I think I'm gonna go with D.
Gonna go with D. All right.
Maintains a polyrhythm, drumming in both 4/4 time and what other time signature? Oh.
I do love Brubeck though.
I'm gonna go B just because that sounds like the most convoluted time signature possible.
Okay, fair enough.
I'm gonna go A, 3/4.
3/4. All right. Well, Meshuggah, as their name would suggest, is actually crazy, as is their drummer, because he maintains both 4/4 time and 23/17 time at the same time. The song is insane. Highly recommend you listen to it if you're a metalhead or a drummer. It's crazy.
Now, see, I'm a musician by like some decent amount of schooling, so I'm trying to like. That's clearly a complex rhythm. I'm trying to figure out like if we had to reduce it down, but I just don't think it happens.
No, 17's prime.
Yeah, both 23 and 17 are prime, if I'm not mistaken. So there is no reducing that down. That is the simplest you can express that that time signature. So
I thought you said it was Meshuggah, not Primus.
right. So let's go ahead and do the. I think we've adjusted the points. That's right. So Sim Phoenix and Rigel are now tied, and currently LordHoell has 0 points thanks to the Curse of the Gambler, which is now lifted because this is the last question in the category. So
come on, I wanted to go negative.
What the hell? What the hell? All right. So this is the portion of the game that we call Chat Tyranny. This is where the audience votes on who gets 2 points. Now, keep in mind, you can vote for nobody.
Can we vote to take points away from Hoyle?
Or you could not help Pat.
Wow, Matt's a little ruthless over there, huh?
All right.
I am
So
without Ruth.
we are going to give this about 3 minutes. We're gonna make this a 3-minute poll, and I'm gonna dip away for a quick bathroom break. So contestants, please argue amongst yourselves as to why you should be the one to receive the 2 points, or alternatively, why LordHoell should not be the one to receive 2 points.
Bobby Tables, what have I told you about radicalizing the chat?
I did give the chat what they wanted when they did say dad joke or we riot. So I kind of would like to think that I'm the people's champion here.
I've actually made the mistake that I make every single time, which is that I don't add the option for nobody. So we're going to try that again.
You know what this means, though? That now that's a recurring joke. So you have to do this every time now.
I hate that,
Sorry.
but you might be right.
Anything done twice is tradition.
All right.
Yes, if you vote for me, it takes away 2 points.
By the way, Donghime, I wanted to point out that there is actually an amazing thing here. There is a game called PP Hammer and His Pneumatic Weapon, and I don't think you were here earlier, but I wanted to make sure that you saw this because that made me very, very happy.
I'd like to thank chat very much. I don't know if it's that you feel bad for me or you actually believe that I'm going to go to -2, but thank you.
These are pity points.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, to be fair, if I did not get that curse, I would still be at 3. This would put me at 5, and we would have a 3-way tie, and I would ultimately lose in the final round. But still, want to point that out.
I want to note that if I have 1 vote, it's probably my wife.
I mean, I got 1 vote, but I don't got a wife, so I don't know.
I purposely did not give my wife the stream because she would vote for someone else. So.
At least there's internal consistency then.
Yes.
Clearly, y'all should be voting for me because I was cursed with bad internet, and I need the recovery.
He's got it,
You're first. You don't need anything.
Oh,
well,
so you mean that I should say your name, Robertables? He is not Bobby Tables. He is not Robert Tables. He is Robertable.
I mean, okay.
Robertables.
Sold. Jeez. Wow.
Listen, you gotta know your audience.
I mean, if I knew the price was so low.
This is kind of heartwarming because everybody is voting for LordHoell. Actually, I don't know if it's heartwarming because he said that he wants to go negative. So I don't know if chat is being spiteful and denying him the ability to go negative, or if they're feeling bad for him having 0 points and trying to even the odds a little bit.
I'm still on board with taking away 2 points if I win this. I gotta be honest with you.
So, you're saying if you win, we take away 2 points from you?
Yeah, I'm still on board. The chat wanted it. They voted for me, and I have to, as the people's champion here, I have to give the chat what they want.
See, there you go.
I'm stunned. I'm not actually. No, come to think of it, I know you well enough that this doesn't actually surprise me, but it does warm my heart. I will allow it, and it looks like that's what's going to happen. So, all right. Well, it looks like
Thank you, Aurora. That's beautiful.
It looks like that's what's happening. So we are going to take away 2 points from LordHoell, and at his request, puzzlingly, and now he has negative 2 points.
You know what? If you can't
so
win
much,
first, you're just gonna go as low as possible.
Yep.
That's right. It's a hallmark of my stream that we go as low as possible. So that's fitting. All right. So let's
go low. We go lower.
Yeah. There you go. This is the first negative score we've had, which is we're breaking new ground here. We're doing wonderful things here. So now it's time for the final round of questions, which is the same category every single Masoquiztic. It is the unfair category. If you thought the previous questions were obscure and bizarre, you're really going to hate these ones. The first one is called Paid by the Word. In Charles Dickens' A Tale of Two Cities, which begins, "It was the best of times, it was the worst of times," what is the 42nd word of the novel?
Oh, Jesus.
Is it season, incredulity, or light?
I'm gonna go law of numbers with this and say that it's C.
Statistically speaking, that's probably a pretty good choice.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go B because I want to stay negative.
Okay.
I could probably actually count this if I really had the time. But dear God, no.
Then you have to recite Charles Dickens in your head, though.
There is that. That's the unintended side effect. I'm gonna go with A.
You're gonna go with A. All right. So we have season.
There's a lot of that word.
We have and we have incredulity. But unfortunately, the correct answer is actually light.
Does Dickish.
Sorry, you got Dickens.
Move.
They got the Dickens, folks. All right, let's move on to unfair number 2, called Blink.
I do that enough.
Which of these is a dog?
Hey there.
Good thing we all blinked and didn't see that.
You made sure to build that template right, huh?
Well done. Well done. Fuck you. Well done. I'm gonna go with D.
I'm gonna go with D. Okay.
For dog.
For dog. For dog. There you go. I got another drink water.
Oh God, my son is trying to come in this
Cheers.
room right now.
Hi. Hi, Dad. B for bug.
I kind of hate you.
I kind of love this, actually.
All right, who do you want it to be, buddy? Oh, you want to go away?
He wants you to not choose any.
Yeah, I'm gonna choose G.
G. Okay, strong choice. Strong choice. Okay, so we have D from Rigel, right? We have B from LordHoell. Sim. Or sorry, G from Hoyle. You said D.
I said D for dog.
Okay, so we have D, G, and D. It is terrier, This one was pretty obvious. You guys really should have gotten this one. You had plenty of time to read the question. It's just kind of sad that nobody got it. I'm just, All right, let's move on. This one is called Shrek is Love, Shrek is Life. On March 4th, 2019, a video called Shrek 3000% Speed, but every time you see his ass, it's normal speed and zoomed in, was uploaded to YouTube. In October of 2019, a user named Yaboy Smizzy made which of the following comments on that video? Is it A, send whoever made this to Iran and consider the war over? B, yamam gay? C, I like my privacy? Or D, okay, watch this at 3,000% slower so you can see the whole film at the right speed and you get to see Shrek's butt 3,000 times longer.
Oh boy.
A.
Okay, A. All right.
I'm going for D.
We've got D.
I'm doing this for chat. Your mum gay.
Okay.
I mean, there's unfair, and then there's whatever this is.
Yeah, seriously.
This, ladies and gentlemen, this is Masoquiztic, is what this is. So, it turns out it is A. Your boy Smizzy said, send whoever made this to Iran and consider the war over. I'm not sure that I completely disagree with him. However, I would like to point out a logical flaw in the D comment, which was actually a real comment, because 3,000 times and 3,000% are different. He makes a false claim that you can see Shrek's butt 3,000 times longer when it's only 30 times as long. Sir, I win this debate. Okay, we're going to give a point to Sim Phoenix.
What? I didn't vote
What?
A.
You didn't vote A?
No,
That
I didn't.
would be me.
Okay, well, I'm a dick. Right. Rigel, you get a point. All right.
I mean, I
See,
could have just taken that point, but
Yeah.
I'm too
Yeah.
honest.
You have too much respect for me. Sure.
Right.
Yes.
And this puts us at the end of the show, which means that as of this moment, we have 5 points for Sim Phoenix, -2 points for LordHoell, and 6 points for RigilPaix, making RigilPaix our winner for today. And LordHoell being the person who scored lowest in the history of Masoquiztic. So this has been phenomenal. This was a great episode. I am very happy that we did this, and you know what? I think we're gonna do it again. I think this is gonna be a regular thing, still, because I had already decided that.
Good.
Yeah, good.
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 Rigged.
Good.
Rigged.
Yeah,
A dad
rigged.
edition. That's not a bad idea.
Oh.
That's not a bad idea. All right, so if you liked this and you want to be a part of this, join the PH16 Discord and let me know that you have an interest in being a part of it. If you know somebody that you'd like to see on Masoquiztic, you can also reach out. If you have ideas for what you'd like to see, new curses, question categories, anything like that. Also, Gail's gifting another subscription to Freya. Thank you very much, Gales. Let's give another shout out to Gales because he is a wonderful lad and he streams as well. So let's thank our contestants.
Man. Yes.
Yes, let's thank our contestants one more time. Thank you, Sim Phoenix. Thank you, LordHoell. And thank you, RigilPaix, for being on the show. We're going to go ahead and find somebody to raid here. Yeah, this has been Masoquiztic. So let's see who's on the Twitches that we can. Could we shout out our contestants as well? I don't think LordHoell streams very often, but still.
I don't, but I do have set up for it.
Right on.
Just don't do it very often.
Okay, so it looks like Elusive Bacon is currently streaming a dating sim called Hotoful Boyfriend, which is where you date birds. Let's go ahead and raid. Let's go ahead and raid Elusive Bacon. All right, so please stick around for the raid. If you have a sub, such as if Gales the Mad Lad gifted you a sub, just drop derpy potatoes in the chat. No text, no context, no raid message, just derpy potatoes. I just want to see derpy potatoes just flooding the channel. So thank you everybody for watching. This has been Masoquiztic, the game show designed to be unfair. Go say hi to Elusive Bacon, and we'll see you next time.
Bye guys.
Bye.